so September 6th. What's the
September 6th, yes.
Saturday, September 6th.
No, it was a Wednesday actually.
September?
Yeah.
Saturday?
Yeah.
Man, I thought my calendar said.
No, it was a Wednesday.
Okay. Wednesday.
Yes.
But it was 11 p.m.
It was 11 p.m. Yeah.
Life changed, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
actually, life changed at like 3 o'clock that morning when my wife, because my wife was getting up so much.
Yeah.
You know, peeing and stuff when she's pregnant that I was sleeping in the guest bedroom because who can sleep somebody up and down the whole night? You know what I mean? So I was sleeping in the guest bedroom. She called me down. She was like, "Hey, my water just broke," and at that moment my life changed. And then it's like it's weird how much your life changes in 24 hours. You know what I mean? Because pregnancy is still pretty much the same life you had before pregnancy. You know what I mean? Once the baby come in, it's like that.
Yeah.
Life as you know it is done.
So
you know what I mean?
Y'all had the bag packed. Y'all were ready to go. No.
No, not really. No. We had, I think she had some things packed. But she called the doctor. The doctor told her to labor at home for a few hours until, if it got too uncomfortable. What we were trying to do is, because, we have a dog, we were trying to ride it out until we could take the dog into boarding and drop him off and then go straight to the hospital from there. And there were a couple moments where we weren't sure if that was going to happen, but my wife toughed it out, man. She's a trooper. She toughed it out. We took the dog all the way out to his boarding, which is probably about 30 minutes away, and then drove straight to the hospital from there. Even stopped on the way and got her something to eat on the way to the hospital. And because she knew, I think that was going to be her last bit of food she's going to have. So we stopped, got her some breakfast, and then went to the hospital.
Yeah, y'all were toughing it out for real.
Yeah, I wasn't toughing anything out. I was fine. She was toughing it out.
Yeah.
But it really, I don't think the labor got too serious until probably about noon. And that's when she had the epidural. So.
Got it.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, leading up to it, because we're going to come back to Wednesday, September 6th, but, what type of preparation did you do to get ready for fatherhood?
All I could really do was just buy the things my wife said she wanted. You know what I mean? Like, she picked out certain things. Some of them she knew she was getting. Some of them I surprised her with. But
I'm coming to some of your surprises.
Yeah.
I'm going to get to that surprise.
What can you do?
Yeah.
Looking back on it, there's really, literally nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Like,
hold on, no, you sat through the baby class. So
I sat through the baby
class. Talk about that experience. I saw you watching the video,
I almost passed out in the C-section class.
Yeah.
Somebody actually did pass out, which made me feel better about almost passing out.
Really?
I don't do good with blood and stuff like that. Man.
Yeah, neither do I.
And so I was a little worried going into the labor room and then into the C-section room later on. But we did those classes, but changing a diaper on a doll and changing an actual diaper, two different things. You know what I mean? So it's birthing classes are cool. They kind of give you some guidance, but end of the day, man, we're all making this stuff up, man.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. We took classes like every other week.
Really?
Yeah, but when the baby comes, your mind goes into
it's totally
you
different.
Don't even know.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you. So 6 months in, are you still like? Are you engaged? Are you on autopilot? Like, do you know where you are right now? Like, are you settled in?
Yes and no. Because you don't know. Like, I have no point of reference. I was a baby in my family. You know what I'm saying? I've never been around babies before. So I have no point of reference of, should my baby be doing this or should she not be doing it? I'm just like Googling stuff. And then the internet gives you 30,000 different answers for anything. You know what I mean?
Everything's yes, no, maybe.
You're right.
Black, white, and gray.
Right. No, don't do this. No, you should do this. You know what I mean? Like, studies show that if you do this, your child will turn out messed up. But this other study shows that if you do this, they'll turn out excellent. You don't know. So you just don't want to screw it up too bad. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole thing. Just don't screw this up.
So would you say that instincts have kicked in? Because most dads don't know what to do.
I feel like, I don't know that dads have instincts, man. I don't know that we have instincts until my wife has instincts.
Yeah.
I don't know that we have instincts until later on in life when there are actual situations that we can say, okay, and we can rationalize and communicate with the child. Right now, I don't know that I have any instincts. I'm just like,
So where are you getting your cues from? I should ask you. Where are you getting your fatherhood cues from? You just like the to-do list?
Now she's starting to there are certain things that I can read now that I know just from experience, not from instinct. Like if I'm holding her like this and we're sitting here watching TV and she turns her head into me, I know she wants to be put down.
Mm-hmm.
And so at that point, I'll roll her to her side, pat her on her back, rock back and forth, put her to sleep. Little things like
there. That's my cue too.
Yeah, that's not really an instinct. It's just I've learned that, hey, this is what this means. When she turns her head into here, it's time to go to sleep. You know what I mean? Like little things like that.
Okay. So I think somebody gave me some good advice. They said that your baby, they'll teach you, how to treat them or how to care for them.
Right.
So Journey has this thing where she hits the eyes and then she hits the back of the head. It's time for you to go down.
Right.
That's the cue. It's like routine.
Yeah.
I got to ask you, when your wife was pregnant, was it we're pregnant or she's pregnant? Because I find guys, men, husbands, carrying that we title a lot, and I just want to see what your response was.
I never really thought about it enough, to be honest with you. I don't know. I think it can go both ways. I think it's saying we're pregnant is I'm not the one sick in the morning or any of the symptoms. So that could be, I can see how that could be looked at, but at the same time, like we are both expecting a child here. You know what I mean? So I think it could go either way.
You really just answered it because somebody just put me up on game because my wife was really heated when I would tell people we're pregnant, but I thought it was like we're in this together,
right?
But one of my guys just told me she's pregnant and we're expecting.
Right, there you go.
So okay. Yeah. I just wanted to see because a lot of guys we get so giddy about it that we just.
I bet you ask 100 people, you get 100 different answers for that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So back on this preparation tip, like as far as beyond the mental perspective, like what did you have to do to get the house ready? Like how far in advance was the nursery ready?
Nursery didn't get done until late, but we started preparations when I found out. Mm-hmm. But that's how I deal with anything. Like it's like, oh, this happened. I spring into action. You know what I mean? Like my wife was like laughing at me, like, why are you doing this? We have 9 months until this baby comes. Like, why did you hang a TV in the room? You know what I mean? Like, why are you putting that together? Right? It's just how I deal with stuff. You know what I mean? Like, let's go ahead and get it done.
Yeah.
But the nursery really didn't get done until late. Didn't get complete until late, but I started the process probably a couple days after I found out she was pregnant, to be honest with you,
You're comfortable with age, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I know because you posted your birthday.
Yeah.
Man, my birthday is in August too.
All right, what day?
22nd.
Okay.
You're 13th. I just saw that. So you're 39. You'll be 40
I'll
this
be
year.
40 this year.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're carrying it well, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate. I feel like I say, especially with like being up in the middle of the night a lot with the baby.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the nightclub business for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like part of that. I took a break for the past year. Now I feel like I'm right back in it. You know what I mean? Like I'm up all night and then back at work in the morning. But I feel like that kind of was good preparation. Like, I had a year and a half break of not being out all night, and now but it prepared me to be able to function and still be most of the time a nice, decent person. It's hard. Sometimes that can be challenging when you're on no sleep, but I feel like I can still be a nice, decent person and still accomplish what I need to accomplish at work on, less sleep than what I was used to going into this. So.
Yeah, that's solid. Yeah, because a lot of folks, I was delusional.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
really, really delusional.
I woke up yesterday. I woke up at 4 a.m. Like she got up at 4 a.m. I woke up with her and took her took her upstairs to her room, and then came to work, was here all day, and then took them out to eat for Valentine's Day last night. You know what I mean? So like by 10:30, man, I was done. I was like texting my wife like, "Yo, are you out of the shower?
Yeah.
Like, can we come down? Like, what's going on?" You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Well, on the age tip, I just want to, man, just get your thoughts around this for dads, because just when you look, it's 2018 now, man, and we're doing so many different things in terms of the normal benchmark of how old you're supposed to be to do this or to do that. And so I guess collectively, like, do you and your wife have any thoughts on, like, did you feel any type of way of, being 39 when your daughter was born? I'm 31.
Right.
And this is my first daughter. And so, but I still feel good.
Right.
And I'm like, okay. But I do think about all right, how do I maintain
Right.
so that I'm still around for my dad? I mean, for my daughter.
Yeah. Well, but before she was born, and really the past probably 3 or 4 years, man, I was doing a lot of personal training at Made Fitness, and so I'm never gonna be like a bodybuilder, rip type dude, but I was in the best shape of my life later on in life. You know what I mean? Like when I was young and I was a knucklehead, I could eat whatever I wanted and still not be fat. Those days are gone. You know what I mean? So I was really in really good shape since probably about 2015. I haven't been able to go back to the gym since my daughter's been born, but whenever she's sleeping at night, I'm gonna go back to that. But I still, Monday through Friday, I eat very healthy, basically the same thing every day. And I also take my dog for a walk in the morning. We walk for about 2 miles every day, and I try to push that to get my heartbeat up. But I do try to take care of myself the best I can, because like you said, man, you got to be here for the long run. And I'm already 40 years old, so by the time my daughter is 20, I'll be 60. She's 40, I'll be 80. I want to make it to see those benchmarks in her life. So once she's sleeping all night and my wife's getting some rest, I will at that point go back to the gym and get killed for the first couple months. But
they wait on you at Made Fitness.
Yeah, I already know they are, man. I know Omar is probably chomping at the bits. But the good news is, man, I really haven't gained that much weight. Like I've been able to kind of maintain body weight where I was at, not body fat. I'm sure my body fat percentage is stupid right now.
Yeah.
But I look forward to getting back and getting back in better shape for sure.
Let's talk about your road dog, man. Wale. Is that his name? Or is it Wally?
Wally, yes, yeah. Wally.
Let's talk about Wally. I mean, you post a lot on,
Wally's
about
my
him.
Guy, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's just you and him now.
Yeah, we only men in the house. Yeah. Now he's Wally is a different dog, man. He's a bit of a psychopath.
What?
You
got to explain it.
He's a guard dog by nature. It's just in his breed to be a guard dog. And so people aren't allowed to be near the house. We have a lot of windows in our house. So that can be challenging with a baby because he's going to bark. He's going to throw a fit if somebody comes near the house. Somebody comes in the house, totally different story. Like he's going to try to attack them at that moment. So it's one thing. We actually talking to Kenya about this last night. Like, we need to find a babysitter, and we need to have the babysitter come over every day for a month until he gets comfortable. And then once he's comfortable, we can actually go out and have a date by ourselves without the baby. You know what I mean? So that's one thing. She was like, "This isn't gonna be easy." I'm like, "No, it's not gonna be easy, but this has to happen. We have to be able to do this." So, it's good. He makes things. I love him to death. He makes things a lot more challenging around the house for sure.
Yeah. All right. All right. So it's the conversation that I see. I'm imagining you and your wife having because I saw the little picture on IG. And is it, it's like UT versus GSU.
Yeah.
And it's like, what y'all gonna do? Like, what's your hope for your
daughter? Honestly, UT's probably a better school.
Yeah.
I love Georgia Southern to death, maybe who I am, but UT's probably a better school. But I wanted her to go wherever she feels comfortable. If she doesn't feel comfortable going to UT, I'm not gonna put any pressure on her. Like whatever she feels comfortable doing. If she goes and visits a bunch of colleges and she'd rather go to this one than that one, and we can somehow make it happen, or she decides she wants to borrow hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to school. I want her to go where she's comfortable. You only get one shot at life, so I want to make sure that she's where she wants to be.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna put any outside influences on.
So outside of the school, what could you imagine? What's in your head that you have to check yourself on now? You got the Falcons piece.
Yeah, I want her to be.
You got the music piece.
As dumb as it sounds, my biggest fear is that my daughter grows up one day and then marries a guy and becomes a football fan of his team. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that to happen. I gotta raise her strong-minded enough to She watched every game with me this year.
But
she slept through most of them. But
okay. but how do you do that in a city with the dynamics that we have in Nashville?
I mean,
and especially if we get the Super Bowl title before Atlanta.
Atlanta does. Yeah, it'll be challenging. But like when I was growing up, man, there weren't many Falcons fans in Atlanta. Everybody moved to Atlanta from somewhere else. So, I grew up in a town full of fans of all kinds of different football teams, and I liked the Falcons because my dad did.
Yeah.
He watched them. I watched them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it's just of what's in your house, and what's in our house is the Falcons. So
have you recovered yet?
I will never recover from that.
Man,
I will never recover from that unless they win. Unless they win, I will never. I will. Like the first time we went and lost, we lost. It was John Elway's last game. I expected us to lose that Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
That the one we lost a year ago. I'll never. It makes me sick to think about it.
Yeah. All right.
All we had to do is run the ball.
Yeah. And she's gonna hear about that story. Man, tell us your daughter's name. We just jumped.
Selah.
Right. Yeah.
Selah. S stands for school. Rose Raymer.
Yeah.
My daughter.
Sweet. So, can you do me a favor and give me the definition that you understand of a push gift? Because a lot of guys don't.
I never heard of this.
Exactly. A lot of us have never heard of a push gift unless you've had a baby. So
here's the thing.
Before you just tell me what your definition is, and then we're gonna get.
Apparently, it's like a gift saying, "Hey, you just went through this traumatic experience of labor.
Yeah.
Here's a gift." From what I understand it to be.
Okay, now pause, and I'm gonna tell you what my push gift was to my wife. This little cute little ring that she found.
Yeah, it can be that.
Yeah, it can be that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a cute little ring that she found online. So I got her the little ring, and the baby came out. I was like, oh, here's your push gift. I want to talk about your push gift. Maxine Waters.
But here's the thing. It was needed. She needed a bigger car.
Okay.
So we got her a bigger car.
Okay.
It was just a push gift.
Okay.
At the same time. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it made sense.
So when you're ready, I'm going to tell all the guys listening that, if you following Dolewite's cute, you're going to have to step your game up because I got a cute little ring and his wife got a cute little range.
It's not a range. It's a Land Rover
Discovery
Rover. Sport.
Oh, it's a Land Rover Discovery Sport.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, look, they all the same. They all in the same class. It's fun, man. So, speaking of fun, like, what's been the best part about fatherhood for you so far, outside of all the selfies that you're taking now, and the people who are clearly showing up to your page for the baby,
which is most people. Right now, man, the other day we went to a baby shower in Miami last weekend, and I think it happened was it at the airport? I blew her a kiss, and she went. You know what I mean? And it was like the first time, like she followed my eyes if I move my hands around.
Yeah.
She'll smile at me. But that was the first time she ever tried to mimic something that I've done.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, you just missed it. I mean, he just blew this.
Yeah, it was like
lip motion.
Yeah, it was like she was trying to blow me, and we did it like 3 or 4 times in a row, and I was like, "This is amazing."
Yeah, you had to make sure it was real.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like
I've had those moments. I've got to ask you though. You said you're the youngest in your family, so what was it? Your father or like whose parenting style has the biggest impact, whether consciously or subconsciously, on how you see yourself fathering?
Honestly, I'm probably going to end up being kind of maybe a mixture of both, because my mother is very scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very scheduled. If I could do the same thing over and over every day, that's my routine. That's when I'm the happiest. That's when I'm the best at everything that I do. But with my father I'm a lot like my father in ways that I'm always going to be joking around. But at the same time, I'm also very, like, I'll be the one to say, no, it's cool. Let her try to drive the car. You know what I mean? Like, that's my dad. My dad is like, kind of lives on the edge a little more and pushes you out there a little more. Then my mom always wanted to hold me back. My dad was always like, no, who cares? Let him do that. He'll figure it out. And I'm kind of the same way with my daughter, even now as at 5 months. I'm like, let's let her figure it out. You know what I mean? Like that. And so I'm kind of a mixture of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your hope for your daughter?
And she's happy in life. I don't care what she does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have, she could go to Harvard. She could go to Nashville Tech. If she's happy, I'm happy. You know what I mean? She could go travel Europe after high school. I don't care. I just want her. I want her to be confident and happy, and that's it. Everything else, it doesn't matter to me.
Man, well, it's that easy.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, for sure.